It's one of the biggest questions that ever was, and it is studied by some of the most intelligent people that we have in the world, keeping them up at night, going over the endless possibilities and conclusions, overshadowing our every thought, and making us question who we are. And that question is, what is consciousness? Is it our brains simply computing in real time? Is it our soul or a separate entity than our physical body? Will we one day be able to upload our consciousness to a computer or AI robot, allowing us to live forever? Consciousness is the very thing that makes us unique to the other species on Earth. It can be described as the greatest gift ever given, allowing us to try to understand the universe and give meaning to whatever we choose, to see the fragile side of life, and to feel empathy for things less fortunate, a chance to see the future and make decisions that can prevent certain things from happening that we may not like. It allows us to question things, including our own existence, to create purpose where there is none, and prioritize based on time and consequence instead of pure instinct. One would think that this gift would only hold good things. Yet, on the other hand, one can say that consciousness is the reason for all suffering amongst humans. You see, we're the only species that walks around knowing for certain that we will die. We don't know when exactly, but we have a definitive time frame. This is a heavy burden to carry. This gift also allows us to live in the future with anxiety, going over and over possible scenarios which we may encounter, feeling the consequence of those scenarios without even being there. Perhaps you have heard the phrase, your mind is your worst enemy. This is due to the constant battle between yourself and your mind, trying to separate fact from fiction, past from future, barely ever taking time to live in the present moment. But what if we were not conscious? Would we be better off? What if we simply were two-dimensional in nature, focusing only on survival? Would we or would we not have worries? True, our minds would be focused on attaining food and resources to keep us alive, but by not being able to perceive the future or reflect on the past, we would in fact just be focused on the task at hand, not really understanding the consequences of not doing them, being pushed by our instincts alone and will to survive. Perhaps there would be some peace in that mindset, or perhaps it would feel unfulfilled and zombie like. But without the constant need for purpose and higher meaning, one can only speculate it would be a simpler life with less emotional burdens. You see, we go through life each day believing that we are conscious and making conscious decisions all the time. But that just is not true. Our lives have become so predictable and mundane in society's structure for us that we actually process a very small portion of it consciously. Most everything is subconsciously processed or filled in without us even noticing. Perhaps it would not even be possible to process every little thing daily. We would be exhausted by this. It would be like being in a constant state of anxiety and heightened awareness. Instead, we count on our subconscious to get us through the drive to work, filling in the surrounding area with past projections, leaving us free to think about the future and when we arrive at work instead. It puts faces to the people we are passing in the hallway at work. It helps you choose your coffee in the morning and gets you dressed and on time. And another possibility is that the universe actually created us, conscious beings, only to make the universe itself exist, and for us to be the observer. You see, without us, there would be no universe. Same as when the tree falls in the forest, or whether or not there is a cat in the box. We are the all seeing, the holders of the universe. We bear witness to all that is while we sit and wonder, questioning why. Our minds simply cannot understand the universe as a whole. Not yet, anyway. But we can observe and interact with it. And who knows, perhaps the universe is a conscious entity, and it created us for it to have purpose. It could even be someone's sick and twisted idea of fun to give us this gift and watch us torture each other and ourselves with it, arguing back and forth about what it is. So, in conclusion, it seems that consciousness could very well just be the ability or the choice to see the beauty in the present world or to torture ourselves worrying about the future and our inevitable demise. It could be that we are the ones that make everything exist in the universe. It is up to you to decide. We may never get a real answer, but we can use consciousness to our advantage and not to our demise.